Okay guys, it's been a while since I actually posted anything about my med board process and stuff. I've had a lot going on. I've got my hearing aids issued. I've got all my med board appointments and everything done. I'm currently pending my percentages and stuff. So it's kind of where we're at, kind of quick update. But I wanted to talk to you all about med board and chain of commands because I'm running into, I guess you could say, conflicts or issues now to where if your chain of command is trying to, once you get your percent, like our pending percentages, you are not supposed to do anything at all that can possibly injure you. It's kind of like, for those who've been in a while will know what I'm talking about, but once you get your phase 2 physical, you don't do anything. My current chain of command, I'm going to throw his name out there just because I don't like the guy, is Master Sergeant Dodds, down here at Fort Hood, Texas, and he tried to say some stuff to me about doing PT and stuff like that, and I just, Roger, cool, got it, because I have a short temper and I'll lose it quick. And he tried to threaten me by saying, well, if you can't keep your military bearing, blah, 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 then there'll be punitive actions and all that stuff. And like, I get it, but that's what I'm being med boarded for. So whenever I expressed and tried to advocate for myself, saying like, hey, this is not a good situation, and this is why I'm being med boarded, because I have a hard time controlling my anger outburst / just anger in general, and he says deal with it. So then now I don't get into a pissing match or anything like that. Let your providers do the talking for you. That is a crucial step, because what my providers are telling me to do and what the med board regulations are is two completely different things. Once you're in the med board, you no longer, you still belong to the Army and that unit, but for you to be able to do anything, they have to get permission through the med board process and people. There's an MEB and a PEB. MEB is Medical Evaluation Board, PEB is Physical Evaluation Board. They have to get permission from them before you can do anything. If they haven't got permission and they try to ask you or try to tell you to do something, you have the right to be like, I don't think I can do this, I need to go talk to my provider. They cannot deny medical treatment, they cannot deny you going to see the doctor, behavioral health, or anything. And that includes your PEBLO, because you are in the MEB proceedings. You are flagged in the system, like under your name and social, as basically you're getting out of the Army, and that's kind of how it goes. So a lot of people try to play the rank game, which I hate, and I can't wait till I'm out of the military just for that fact, because if you're wrong, you're wrong. You can flex your rank and stuff like that, and I get it, cool, you're a master sergeant, but at the same time, like, you can't like, your rank doesn't trump regulations and stuff like that. And the regulations are there for a reason, because I've already had all my evaluations. Hypothetically speaking, I go out to do PT and I get hurt. Now my entire med board has to start all over again from day one, because I got to get reevaluated for everything, because they want me to do PT and I twisted my ankle or whatever the case may be. And a lot of soldiers get moved to WTU for that purpose of they don't do anything besides focus on their medical appointments, whether it's to WTU is Warrior Transition Unit, whether it's to get better or just to kind of free you up so you can go to your medical appointments and do what you need to do. So there's a lot to play when it comes to it, but the things that I want to make sure everybody understands is don't let your chain of command try to flex rank on you. And like, I'm not a low ranking guy myself, so I have a little bit of rank to throw around myself, but on the flip side to it, if the person outranks you, you still got to respect the rank and all that stuff, but at the same time, like, you don't, if they're wrong, they're wrong. And if you're unsure, err on the side of caution. Go tell them you're going to go see your medical provider and all this other stuff to get permission. I'm driving through the gate right now. Hold on 1 second. Sorry for the long pause, guys. It's just slow. Have a good one. Alright, now like I was saying, don't let them flex rank on you and all this stuff. And to kind of fill you all in with my situation, he's a little butthurt because they said they have a hard time keeping accountability of me and all this stuff. And it's, the simple fact is, I haven't had an appropriate supervisor since I've been here around Fort Hood. Until today, I haven't had a person that I text or call or do anything to say, hey, I got an appointment. So he takes it as in, I'm not telling anybody anything, which, cool, whatever. You spin the story however makes you happy and whatever floats your boat. But at the end of the day, like I said, I just want to make sure people are not getting taken advantage of when it comes to med board stuff. Like, if you're on sleeping medication, you don't do staff duty, period. They have to allow you 8 hours of consecutive sleep. You can do a 12-hour shift, but you can't do a 12-hour night shift. Whatever they say, if they say, well, you can do a night shift, they're wrong. It doesn't matter their rank, they are wrong, because they can't expect you to take your sleeping medication during the day, which is not recommended by doctors and stuff, and that's why it's called sleeping medication. And it will say take every night, not every day, every night. So don't let your chain of command take advantage of you. I know I'm kind of ranting. I'm kind of pissed off today because I have people that think they know what they're talking about, and now I have to go out of my way to talk to all my providers with all these extra appointments just so I can tell the guy, instead of me telling him that he's wrong, let him tell the guy, or actually let her tell him he's wrong, and to suck it up and get over it, because he's trying to say, he literally told me, well, I'm in charge, here's what's going to happen, blah, blah, but he's, like I said, I technically fall under him for accountability, but that's it. Like, for you to go to the field, they have to get permission through the med board process, and that is typically the OIC of the hospital. For you to do PT, same process. For you to do anything other than show up and do light duty work, they have to have written permission from the MEB/PEB personnel, and that's what it boils down to. So don't let them take advantage of you, and especially here at Fort Hood is terrible about taking care of soldiers. The worst, potentially one of the worst places I've been stationed at. They don't place the mission first because they don't really do training, but they don't care about the soldier either. That's why Fort Hood has a super high suicide rate. And then if you hear anything crazy happening in the Army, typically it's here at Fort Hood, because you got a bunch of soldiers, because it doesn't matter their rank, they're still a soldier, that doesn't care about others or care about other soldiers and stuff, and then they wonder why they get shot in the face, or people freak out and snap on them. But that doesn't teach them anything. That's why I'm going the route that I am, and that's why I'm recommending, not telling you to or anything, but I would recommend you go to your doctors, let your doctors do the talking for you. Make sure your doctors have the appropriate phone numbers and all that stuff, and make sure if they try to say something about your profile, once you're in the med board process, it's a whole different ballgame. There's a lot of stuff you fall under that doesn't go on your profile. So make sure you look up the regulations and know what they can and can't do before they take advantage of you, because at the end of the day, your chain of command doesn't care about you as an individual. They just care about you're one of their numbers, and they're going to use you till you're not usable, and then kind of forget about you. And a lot of times with chain of commands, they treat people like crap. They PCS, repeat process over and over again, which that's kind of how it is here at Fort Hood. No one really takes responsibility for their actions. And like, I've been staff, I've been several different places, and at the end of the day, everybody is too lazy to change anything, so they leave it the same, because it's easier to leave stuff screwed up than it is to do the paperwork or legwork or physical labor to fix it. And that's why places like Fort Hood will never be on the same standard or level as other bases. Again, like, just advocate for yourself, guys. It doesn't matter your rank. If you feel uncomfortable or you don't agree with the situation or something along the lines, say something. And if you're unsure and your chain of command is trying to tell you something, just go to your doctor, go to your psychiatrist, go to your counselor, and be like, hey, can they do this? Or go to your Pueblo especially and be like, hey, they're trying to have me do X, Y, and Z, but during my VA exams, I was told to not do anything, so I'm not at a risk of injuring myself. But to each his own. Again, let the doctors do the talking for you. That's all I really got, guys. Again, Tim's Honest Reviews. I'm going to start reviewing products and stuff. It's just, I'm hoping to help people out with the med board process and with the Army, and I'm actually open to take any kind of questions when it comes to Army. I've been in the Army for a little while now, and my big thing is I do the legwork and do my research and know what's right and wrong. So if you all have questions, general questions about things, feel free to leave me a comment, shoot me an email at TimsHonestReview at gmail.com. I'll have that link down in the below. But again, guys, sorry it took so long to post again, but I'm definitely gonna post a lot more, because every day I'm gonna have different things to document, and stuff, and with as far as my chain of command now, how they're giving me a hard time, to protect myself, I'm not going to talk to him unless it's recorded, and I'm going to let him know that. I'm going to be like, hey, in order for me to talk to you, I don't feel safe talking to you. I want it recorded. That way there's no misinterpretation of what was being said, and it protects me to the fact of, generally speaking, people are going to trust rank over anything because they've been in a while. They are supposed to know what's right and wrong, but a lot of times they've been in so long they know the old way of doing things. So just, again, guys, keep it in mind that just because they outrank you doesn't mean they're right. Do your homework, ask your doctors, and feel free to leave any questions or anything, or if there's any topics you all want me to talk about. I can go into more detail about the actual VA appointments or the actual difference between an MEB, PEB, whatever you all want. Just let me know. And until next time, guys, I'll see y'all later.